しもし
Water is essential for all living things. There can be no life without water. We need water to drink. We cannot live with water. It's one of our most precious resources. But our water supplies are limited. 97.5% of the Earth's water is salty. Only 2.5% is fresh water. But over 2.3 fresh water is locked in polar ice caps and glaciers. This leaves only 0.5% in our lakes, rivers, groundwater, the agricultural, industrial, and personal use. This is an illusion. The quality of this water is under threat. According to the World Health Organization, only 0.007% of the world's total of water supply is safe for consumption, and this minuscule mass needs to be shared by more than 7 billion people of the planet. And this water is not distributed evenly throughout the world. 120 billion people live in areas of water scarcity in places such as southwestern US, India, Spain, North Africa, and Australia, and northern China. At the same time, the amount of water is intensifying. Over the last 100 years, global population has tripled and water consumption has increased sixfold. But our total water supply has remained unchanged. More people right now are using a lot more than the same limited amount of water. What has driven this exponential increase in water consumption? A growing middle class in our emerging markets has been one key contributor as disposable income rise. Eating habits have changed and people tend to eat more meat. It takes 1,300 liters of water to produce 1 kilo of wheat and 3,400 liters of water for 1 kilo of rice. But 15,500 liters of water are required to produce 1 kilo of beef. With continued population growth and prosperity, meat consumption is expected to double by 2050. At this rate, by 2030, the total demand of water will exceed the available global supply by 40%. But what could be done to address our water challenges? Innovative companies develop solutions that could alleviate water scarcity and enhance the quality of water and enable the more efficient use of precious resources. For example, agriculture accounts for 70% of total water consumption, depleting groundwater resources in some regions by adopting technologies such as micro-drip irrigation. Farmers can significantly reduce the use of amount of water used to grow their crops by up to 70 to 80%. Urbanization and industrialization are also putting pressure on our freshwater resources. Industrial activity accounts for about 20% of global water consumption. Everything from other clothing and electronic gadgets to electricity generation requires vast demands of water, and in the process, industrial wastewater is discharged into waterways, polluting our water. Industrial water recycling technologies such as advanced filtration and zero-discharge closed-loop water recycling systems can help alleviate some of the strains on our supply while limiting water pollution at the same time. As more people moving in developing countries move to cities, an entire water distribution network, sanitation systems, and wastewater treatment facilities need to be installed, generating demands for pipes, engineering, and construction. While in developed countries, an aging infrastructure desperately needs operating up to 30% of water. In cities, like in developed countries, is lost to leaks. But advanced technologies can help utilities pinpoint leaks and fix them without digging the entire city blocks. But there are other ways to increase freshwater supply. In some countries, in water-scarce coastal regions such as Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Spain, are turning to desalination. Desalination to meet their growing demand for water. For example, Singapore plans to increase their desalination capacity to meet up by 30% by 2060. Now let's talk more about the uses of water. A large number of people lives in cities and towns. They use lots of water. They take water mostly from nearby rivers. Also, water from the river or rainwater is stored in huge artificial lakes called reservoirs. Water from the reservoir is first filtered for removing impurities, then a measured amount of chlorine is added to it. This is called water treatment. Now, the water is safe for drinking. This water is supplied to houses through underground pipes and taps. The big cities have a number of factories around them which uses more water than houses. The factories use water for washing the material, cleaning the equipment, and cooling the huge machines. A huge amount of water is used for construction work too. Water is also used in agriculture to grow healthy crops. Taking water to land where crops are grown is called irrigation. We use water for drinking, cooking, washing clothes, cleaning, and bathing. Water pollution. It is caused by addition of unwanted harmful substances to our waters. The dirty water from our bathrooms and toilets flows into a drain. This water is called sewage. The sewage has chemicals from the soaps and detergents and harmful bacteria from the human waste. Sewage is not treated. It can spread diseases. If it mixes with the other water sources, it causes water pollution. Some factories release their waste, which contain poisonous, harmful chemicals into the river and pollute the water. The rainwater that washes down the pesticides and other chemicals from the farms flows into the river and pollutes it. The garbage from hotels and houses is often dumped into open drains which finally end up in the river. When such polluted river drains the sea, it spreads pollution. A large number of fish dies in a polluted river or in the sea. The plants which grow in polluted water either do not grow well or carry the harmful substances to the animals that eat such plants. On a smaller scale, it is our duty and responsibility to see the water bodies are kept clean. We should not throw rubbish or garbage in any pond, lake, or rivers.
So for this video, thank you and God bless guys!